where a biotech company is given the responsibility of protecting a golf club and the ground. The biotech company's workers use their new type of fertilizer on the ground, which helps the fertilizer to melt its frozen snow in the winter and keep the grass green and fresh for a long time, so that the rich can enjoy the golf game for many years. The next day, we see a security guard named Dan, who was storing a lot of food and drinks in his house. Actually, Dan used to listen to a radio show every day, in which it was being told that any problem can come at any time, so be prepared for it. So Dan was preparing to face that unexpected problem. Today he was practicing lighting a fire without a matchstick, in which he also uses his gunpowder. But when he lights it, there is a small explosion, and Dan's face burns a little. After this, we see Dan's daughter, who also works as a helper in the same golf club. Here, the head of the biotech company brought a rich couple to the golf ground and tells after playing golf, "Look, our fertilizer has done such a good job, because of which the grass has become so lush and green, and it is so much fun to play golf." But in reality, the destruction was happening under the ground, because that fertilizer had spread widely beneath the soil and was polluting the public water supply. Now an actor drank that water and went to the supermarket to buy household necessities, where the fruits and vegetables kept in the store were also washed with tap water, and to save them from drying, this water had to be used. Now suddenly the actor started feeling dizzy, but he ignores it. When he came home, he sees his face in the mirror, where his teeth were turning into green color, and then rumbling started in his stomach. Then he runs frantically and comes to his wife in the bathroom until he was completely infected and fell ill. The next moment he turns into a zombie and bites his wife's neck and starts eating her flesh. As it happens, she also turns into a zombie, and the actor sits with her in the bathtub, and their green eyes start clouded. In the golf club, the head of the company and that couple come to the club's main building, but they are quite shocked to see that there is no one here. Suddenly, a worker runs out and says that people are turning into zombies by getting sick. "You will have to run away from here." Saying this, he runs away. Many workers also start running after him, who were all transformed into zombies. Then a dog also ran out. The woman from the couple gives its signal to come to her. When the dog started moving towards her in anger, it jumped on her and bites her neck badly. Seeing this, her husband and company head remove the dog and throw it away. Then they see all the zombies running away. But by then, the wife had also become a zombie. Seeing, her husband and head quickly came to the building. They closed the door, but the dog also quietly came inside and bites the husband's foot. So now they lock the dog in a separate room. A lot of zombies came to the door, start beating the door hard, but then the husband also becomes a zombie and runs after the head. To save his life, the head goes to the kitchen with a knife in his hand so that he can save himself. When Dan was in the car, an old woman calls him and tells that my neighbors are making noise. Their sounds of fight are coming. So Dan immediately reached there. When he knocks on the door of the neighbors, he realizes that they have also become zombies. Then that old woman also becomes a zombie who had called Dan, and now she runs after Dan. To save him, he quickly comes and sits in his car. He started calling for help, but no one came to save him. Then he sees a number of zombies on the road, roaming there. His car was also surrounded by zombies from all sides. So now Dan starts worrying about his daughter. He started calling her, but his daughter was also fighting the zombies, so she couldn't pick up the call. This increased Dan's worry, so he quickly took the car and left. Parking company's car, he takes his own car, which had his things, and he leaves, taking a weapon. In the next scene, we see a little boy named Andre, who is making milk for his sister. He was going to use tap water, but his mother stops him, and she tells him to use bottled water. Andre himself never drank tap water. Whenever he was thirsty, he either drank a cold drink or some soda water. Now his mother started feeling dizzy. Andre says, "Mom, you must have exercised too much. That's why you are feeling dizzy." But in a little while, his mother becomes a zombie. And to attack Andre, she starts running towards him. Andre runs out to save his life, but he fell while stumbling. And now, before she could attack Andre, Dan comes and bumps his car into her, which makes her fall and leaves her injured. Andre was unable to bear such condition of his mother. He started going near to help her, but Dan stops him, saying that this is not the time to be emotional, but to save your life. So go home and hide quickly. Saying this, Dan leaves, and then a lot of zombies start coming here. Andre couldn't leave his mother out of the house in this condition. That's why he brings her into the house while dragging by the foot. He closes all the doors of the house and starts calling the police for help. But then he got a video, which said that this is the condition of the whole island. Zombies are roaming all over the area. Then that bridge is shown, which connects the city to the island. There were many police officers who had closed the main gate of the bridge so that no one could come in and no one could go out from inside. On the other side, Andre's mother goes to his younger sister to attack her, but Andre drags her out and takes her to the bathroom and closes it there. As she sees the water, she goes into the tub. Now Andre's sister was constantly crying. Hearing her voice, a lot of zombies had gathered at the door. Then Andre puts a lot of clothes on the swing to keep her quiet, so that her voice would not pass through the door. After a while, all the zombies leave from there. After a while, Andre's cat also came back home, and a zombie also tries to come in from that place. Seeing him, Andre ran away from there, because of which the zombies become quiet. But as soon as Andre came with the golf stick, the zombies started moving again. But he himself ran away and hid. Dan's daughter was hidden in a garage to save herself from the zombies. To help, she calls her dad. Dan immediately goes there to help her. But when he saw that there were a lot of zombies outside the garage, he takes out his knife, with which he attacks some zombies and kills them. He pushes some of them down while injuring. After clearing the way, he goes inside. There, the policemen on the bridge started backing up because the army was blowing up the zombie areas with bombs. Because of this, the electricity goes out everywhere. The next morning, Andre's sister's caretaker comes there, but when she saw that the bridge has been destroyed, she goes back, and she knows what is going on in the city. Andre was making a video of zombies outside a window, where a press conference video started playing on his mobile phone, in which the defense minister was saying that, "We have destroyed the bridge for the protection of the island. As a result, the situation is controllable to a large extent." But the situation was not looking like that. Then Andre's mobile phone's battery goes low, and he goes to the bathroom to check his mother. He saw that my mother's whole body was covered with green sticky liquid, which was coming out of her mouth. Her eyes were also green. Andre's mother tries to attack his younger sister. To save her, Andre tries to draw her attention towards him. He began to draw her attention to himself by showing his favorite vegetable, which made his mother move towards Andre. Taking advantage of this, Andre makes her to chase him, brought her to the TV lounge outside. Then the TV falls on his mother, which crushed her whole head, and she dies. That's why Andre takes her to the bathroom again and locks it. He saw that grass was growing on my mother's wounds, which seemed very strange to him. Then he takes her mobile phone, but it was also broken. Andre steps on the door and looks outside, using supportive ladder, where a large group of zombies were standing. It seemed as if they were waiting for him to come out. But now Andre was tired of staying inside the house, so he puts his sister in a cloth swing. He ties her up with him and opens the door with a golf stick in his hand. As soon as the zombies saw the cat in the house, they enter the house to catch it. And now Andre runs out of the house. Seeing no one on the way, he started running towards the buildings, but all the doors were closed. and now the zombies surround him from all sides. But before they could harm him, a store's door opened and Dan drags him inside. Actually, he has been living here since yesterday. He had made all the arrangements for food and accommodation here, but he did not have a strong strategy to deal with this situation. Moreover, all those boats had already left there, and to leave swimming in the water was like inviting death. After a while, Andre goes to see his sister, who was watching the zombies inside a closed door. She was none other but Dan's daughter, who could not escape the zombies' attack and became a zombie. But Dan has kept her here because he was hoping that maybe there would be a way to cure the zombies' infection. Then he will also cure his daughter. The golf club, where the head was trapped, he had closed all the doors. He calls his company for help. They say that we are sending some officers, but if he wants the situation to get better, he will have to obey the company's rules. Then a zombie dog started barking at the head. Then he picked it up and threw it away. Dan and Andre eat while igniting the fire. They start listening to the same radio program that Dan used to listen to every day. It was being told there that the terrorists are behind this zombies attack. The host of the show interviews the defense minister, who was not clearly answering all the questions. The host was suspicious that the government would not sacrifice people to cope with the zombies. Hearing this, Dan and Andre also felt strange, so they began searching for the cause of the zombie virus outbreak so that they can make a vaccine. Then Dan finally finds out that this infection actually spread because of water, because all the people who had become zombies, they all drank tap water. Now they leave this place. They had also taken the infected daughter of Dan with them. He had put something like a cage on her head so that she could not attack anyone. They see a lot of zombies here who also had a green liquid on them. Then a little girl comes and starts attacking Dan. She quickly throws her down, but he did not have the courage to kill her. Then they somehow get to their car. But before the zombies could catch them, they immediately leave here. Now the biotech company sends the twin sisters to the golf club with weapons. Both sisters were skilled fighters, and they beat every zombie who was coming on their way. In the golf club, the head was setting the every deal paper on fire, so that there is no evidence that they used the fertilizer. This is reason the zombie virus broke out. Then he saves a little sample of the fertilizer and keeps it with him, because he was greedy and he was sure that I can use it again. And twin sister witness him doing so. The head takes a sister's bag from them, which had a lot of round-shaped balls. And these round-shaped pills had the cure for the zombie virus. These round-shaped pills could only end the infection in 24 hours. And now, as he picks up a round-shaped pill, both sisters catch him. They forcefully put the sample in his mouth and make him unconscious. Then they take him with them, dragging his legs, and that round-shaped pill falls there. There they come, near the water plant. They leave Andre's sister in the car so that the zombies do not come there, listening her voice. Then they both came inside the building, taking Dan's daughter, and there was a zombie in the water tank, whose body grew grass. Dan's daughter realized his presence, so she started running towards him. Then both had to run after her. She jumps into the pool, reaching near it. Then Dan also comes into the water. Then seeing him, the zombies also comes into the water, and he moves forward to attack Dan. But then he puts his daughter in front of the zombie. Then the zombie took its steps backward. Witnessing this, Andre realized that zombies do not bite one another. But zombies had heard Andre's voice, so they chase him. To save himself from zombie, Andre runs outside, where some more zombies follow him. Dan tries to get his daughter out of the water, because of which his daughter's arm is separated from her body. Saving from zombie, Andra finally gets into the car. By then, Dan also came out with her daughter and her broken hand. Many zombies came to him, but he uses his daughter like a shield. Consequently, zombies refrain him, and he also got into the car and sat down. Then Andre heard a phone's ring. When he checked Dan's daughter, it was her phone's ring. Andre opens the password with her broken hand. Dan sees that grass has grown on my daughter's hand. Now seeing grass in the winter, he felt very strange and surprised. But then Dan remembered that an experiment of fertilizer was conducted in the golf club. And this may be the output of that experiment, not the terrorist. Twin sisters start exploding those round-shaped balls on the grass, coming in the golf club ground, so that there may remain no evidence. Dan and Andre also notice the smoke coming out of those round-shaped balls. Andre starts recording everything on phone. Then they also somehow come to the golf club building, and Dan locks his daughter in the storeroom, and Andre makes a place for his sister to sleep. Then Dan and Andre start checking the whole building. They saw the same dog that the head had thrown away. It was still alive, and the grass had grown on its body. Dan also started feeling dizzy. Andre heard his sister crying, so he immediately went to her. He saw that my sister is missing from here, so he goes to the whole building to find his sister. Dan goes to a dark place where many bombs were planted, with which this building could have been blown up. But Dan's health was getting worse. But he still somehow comes to the room where all these bombs had a timer. Until now, his courage had given up. He fell down. But he deactivated the bomb's timer with the help of his daughter's broken hand. But suddenly, his eyes also turned green, and liquid started coming out of his mouth, which meant that he had also become a zombie. Both the twins, outside the building, who had planted those bombs, they were very surprised to see, why has the building not exploded yet? They came inside to check, where they found Andre's sister. So they give the baby fertilizer to eat and walk away. Andre found his sister, but before he could take her from there, the twin sisters approached there. One of them shuts Andre's sister's mouth, while the other one grabs Andre, and the first one tried to feed him the fertilizer. But Andre's sister, who had turned into a zombie, she bites one of the twin sisters' hand, due to which the fertilizer sample fell down. Now one of the twin sisters was infected, while the other one is attacked by Dan. And he also bites her, leaving her infected. Now as soon as Andre moved back, his foot is placed on the round-shaped ball. And as round-shaped ball blew up, smoke spread everywhere. As a result, Andre's sister and Dan begin to recover slowly. But now Dan runs after Andre to bite him. To save himself, Andre runs to the kitchen. But when Dan realized his sister's presence, he leaves him. The twin sisters shoot each other because they did not want to die after turning into zombies. Andre finds Dan's daughter's phone and starts recording videos in it. With him, whatever happened so far, he tells everything and starts recording. Then, asking for help, he uploads that video on the internet. When Andre appears on the news broadcast, the army sends its forces to clear that place. The soldiers were killing every zombie coming in their way with flame gun. Seeing this, Andre came out with his sister. He asks for help, raising his hand, so that he could tell them that I am a survivor and still alive. He also brought a Dan's daughter's broken hand with him, so that he may help them to make vaccine. Then another survivor man starts moving towards the soldiers, but the soldiers shoot him. Seeing this, Andre understood that the soldiers are not here to save the survivors, but to kill them, so that they can clear this area. By now, Andre's sister was also cured, so Andre runs away from there and hides. In the building, Dan was also cured, but the soldiers came and burned him and his daughter coming there. Then the next day, the defense minister was delivering a speech in which he is clearly lying. He says that the situation has been controlled and this infection has been eradicated, so no one needs to be afraid now. Then he drinks a cup of water taken from bottle. There was the logo of the biotech company on it. Seeing this, it became clear that this minister was also involved with biotech. Andre was wandering here and there to save his life, but then he gazed at the stream, where a boat was coming towards him. Andre's sister's caretaker brought that boat, not anyone else. There were 2 or 3 more people who saved both the brother and sister, and in this way, Andre and her sister's life was saved. Andre realized that Dan's daughter's broken hand is of no use now, so he throws it in the water, which a fish comes and eats, and the next moment, it also becomes a zombie, which meant that this virus is not going to stop. And with this horrific ending, this story also ends here.